Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Peter Kennedy, Kennedy's Garage, Portlaw here. What have I, again today, anyone that knows me knows that I'm inundated with Mazdas at this point in time. So this might be just something that might be handy for some of you to see. This car, it's the evening, I have a garage closed down. And as I would normally do, tip away in the evening. And what I'm doing is I'm knocking out a couple of assessments. What are assessments? Assessments are where I'd have a lot of Mazdas around the place and people would come to me with all the different problems. Oh, I have a DPF related fault. Oh, I have oil pressure related fault. Oh, my heater is not working inside in the car, i.e. a head gasket or whatever it may be. So my assessment is where I figure out what the heck is going on with these cars, one by one, individually, forward on videos to the customer so they can see what I see. I'm only the middleman in it that's giving the owner information about their car and what I see wrong with their car. I'm not trying to sell them to work. I don't care whether they do it or not. I'm only just giving the information. I will then price it up, and if they want to go and do it, we can go and do it. So that's where I'm at tonight. I'm doing a couple of assessments. This one I pulled in, and I have seen this before, and maybe it'll be handy for some of ye. I have been on these things quite a lot, and ye have seen videos on me. I think it's P253F oil pressure related faults and stuff. But anyway, this one was or has been at a main dealer's, and the customer or the owner has been back to him and talking to him, and he's kind of fed up at this point in time. He said it's not right, it's not doing what it should do. So I was thinking the worst. Some lad flying around on a motorbike there. He was saying that he had got the whole engine decarbonated. But look, to be honest with you, where is decarboning these things? You have intake manifolds that block, you have injector washers that leak or fail, then you have that carbon that gets into the oil system, blah, 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 blah. But when I pull it in right now, we didn't talk too much about it. I can't even remember, but he must have said to me he has an oil-related problem rather than a running-related problem, because I got all the work done to it. He said, that's not right, and I know what the heck them lads are doing. So we're going in just to have a look, but this is going to be an easy one. What am I at? I'm after doing a code scan, okay? So I'll show you what our complaint is. Maybe first, I'm going to close, you actually see it now. So, low oil pressure, engine damage possible, check oil level. Now, what I done is I went along, and the first thing I done is I do on every one of these code scan. Scan every module. Don't be bothered about just engine. You have to be scanning each and every module inside it to know what exactly is going on. Okay. What we have here anyway is a P253F, engine oil deterioration. Okay. There's only one fault in engine management, but engine oil deterioration is not low oil pressure or is not oil control solenoid stuck open or any of this kind of crack. Oil deterioration basically is where it's a preset number that the car is actually counting down, kind of like years ago they used to have a timing belt light on a Toyota Hiace or a service light even, or whatever it may be. It's counting down, and at a point it's not happy with the oil deterioration. So what are we going to do? Will I stay here actually, and at this point I have a couple of bits and pieces taken off the engine, so maybe it might be great for me to go. We will. We're standing here, we may well start going as we're going to go. This is a fast video, okay? We're going to escape off that screen, so back to the main screen. Then I'm going to go in here to service, okay? I'm going to go into powertrain. If we get in there. I'm going to go into there, data reset. Always carry it function according, I'm only reading this for you, according to the entire service procedures recommended in the workshop manual. Okay, just a precautionary thing. So if I click here on engine oil, so this procedure resets the integrated value of engine oil deterioration. Note, before performing this procedure, please replace the engine oil. Do you wish to continue? I'm saying yes. Okay. So we're doing it at this point in time, but I do know I have air intake pipes. I was looking at the intake manifold and stuff. As I said on my assessment, it's telling me now, sorry, I only clicked OK there. It's telling me now to turn my ignition off, which has gone dead. Okay, takes about 20 seconds, or at least they say 20 seconds here to count down. What that is basically doing is just resetting the oil dilution data PID in the engine ECU, which in theory is going to turn off that message that we had here in the instrument cluster. And I didn't even look as of yet to see if the oil is above where it should be, or sometimes when when these Mazdas have any engine related issue and they're actually trying to regenerate the DPF a lot due to an engine malfunction, i.e. maybe an exhaust camshaft worn or an intake manifold blocked, or any of these are going to create more particulate in the exhaust system, which the car is going to have a bigger job trying to get rid of all that particulate if there's an engine based fault. I didn't know where my train of thought was going. Anyway, if it's doing a regeneration quite often, trying to get rid of the particulate because of an engine-based fault, what happens is the oil level will rise, and you all probably are aware of minimum and maximum, and then above that you have a little X. And the X, if the oil level reaches the X, it will do this crack as well. So potentially we may have an oil level above where it should be. But for now, we're doing the oil reset. I'm not going to start the car in a second, but I have done the oil deterioration reset. I might go out and put on my intercooler pipes and stuff. I would like to start it, but I don't want to start it on the one run. I don't want to start it while the camera is running and I have pipes and stuff off. So I have a map sensor. I actually have a map sensor taken out. There's a piece broken off it, not that that's of any concern. And I have an intake pipe taken off down here to send a boroscope up and have a look inside the throttle flap and stuff. So I'm going to put on that stuff, okay? And when I put on that, then we'll start the car. We might even check it for oil. We'll check it for oil while we're sitting here. See if I can see it without having a cloth or rag in hand. No. Okay. We're clean at that point. I'll just see what the oil level is before I refit my bits and start. Yeah, it's actually gone very, very high, okay? So what we're going to do at this point in time is do an oil change. Actually, maybe I'll show you that X. So you can see where the oil level is sitting, just there, the little dent or the indentation that's on it. And then there's a little X just there. Minimum, maximum, X, okay? Sometimes that starts to rise due to, as I said, continuous DPF regeneration due to God knows what. Could be anything wrong here. Intake manifold, he said he thought was done. I'm going to suggest at this point in time to this customer, if he wants to get rid of this regeneration process happening often, he's more than likely going to need a camshaft. Camshafts, after 120,000 kilometers, are going to be gone in 90% of these things, and this car has 160 or so on it. So I'm suggesting that potentially he'd want to get in there, get off the rock cover and see what the camshafts are like. But that's for him to ponder on or debate on himself. My job right now is to get rid of this oil deterioration fault, okay? I'm going to get on in the map sensor, and on that intake pipe we'll turn the key and just see. Maybe I should change the oil. Nah, we'll go without changing the oil and see will it go away without changing the oil, okay? Just for the peaker. Okay, I have put on my map sensor and my air intake pipe. I cleaned the map sensor before putting it on. Actually, when I was doing it, I was saying it might be a good video for someone, to our lads to have, to see how to clean the map sensor. Kind of right. Okay, so we do know our oil level is very high. Battery's actually betting this thing as well. And it only comes on when the doors. Okay, we still have it. Okay, so there's a nice one to see. Just the oil level being high, the oil deterioration did not actually do it. The level is going to turn on this thing as well. Okay, we'll spin the car around. I'm going to get the oil and filter changed and then see where we're at again. I'm actually just thinking I didn't clear faults. Could the faults get that little message on? Okay. Ricky Dikey, a watched pot never boils, says the man. Okay, maybe we'll erase codes. Continue. It's probably a little bit against the grain doing this with that quantity of oil in it, but I'm just doing it again just to check and see. Okay, we'll give her a start. Nah, she's still on. Okay. Neither here nor there. That was only a bit of a rum mixing and rooting and playing. It's gone out there now. Okay, we're going to change the engine oil any which way and close up this bit. the boring bit of going up in the air. 2 little covers underneath to take off. They're very handy to change the oil and filter in. You don't actually need to pull down the whole under tray, which is a bonus for us on this sitting. I'll point it out to you there now in 30 seconds, as soon as we get up. And might make life easier for someone that's actually working on one of these. Although anyone that's at this stuff is going to be. So that little cover is for the oil filter. Little covers for the oil filter. That little cover comes down, little size 2 size 8s, and a little clip that sits in here. We'll get the oil drained and we'll renew it. Okay? Oil being drained. Bosch oil filter being instated. Again, nice and handy with the covers going off. You have to do a little bit of cleaning there, brake clean and stuff to get rid of the residue. That's me, hand tight. Some plug back in. 5 litres of nice, fresh 530 full synthetic oil going into it. My jug could do with a little wipe and a clean, alright, and I could have done with a pair of gloves on me because I'm messy. On a straightforward drain and refill, these things take 5.1 litres. I usually go with 5. If I've had the sump off and I'm changing oil strainers and all that kind of crack, it'll normally probably lose another litre from somewhere around the guts of the engine. So it normally takes 6, I find, if I've had the sump off for a couple of hours or day or overnight or whatever it may be. But in this occasion anyway, it's only just 5 litres that's going in. Okay. Our oil is in. I have started, I have ran. Always start and run it to fill the oil filter. And then we'll just see where we're at. Okay. Can we see that some way clean and clear? So the hole is just there. Our X is up there. Hole is just there. I'm below it. I'm a big man for going minimum is there, maximum is there. I'm a big man for going between minimum and maximum. I always find maximum means maximum, not the fill line, or it's between the middle of them where I go. Toyotas are devils. If you're anywhere near the top, she'll turn on every kind of service light in the world. So for me, I just kind of keep them down there. 5 litres, as I said, 5.1 it should be, but right now 5 is enough for me. I'm going to go in, turn the key, and as we said, we had our faults on the scan tool gone already, but I think our messages were gone off the dash even prior. Once I erased faults, and in theory now I have no message. What I'm going to do again, like every video, I'm going to drive this thing for a couple of miles and make sure that the car is okay. And I'm going to say to the customer that I'd probably recommend that I thought it was 160 on this, there's not, it's 238. I'm going to recommend that in theory to be worth if he feels like doing it just for preventative maintenance, to get in at the camshaft and just have a look and see what the story is. Yeah, driver, see where we're at. For now, that's it guys. Fairly easy one. Not all oil related faults have to be, you know, big and crazy and scary. It's an oil deterioration fault. Check your oil level. If it's gone up, I'd probably recommend renewing it rather than playing around like me. Just change it out fast and then get in with the scan tool. Oil deterioration reset, in data resets, and that's kind of it. We're done, dusted, and away in the hack. That engine making noise, probably can't hear me. But yeah, for this one, simple, easy, and after a drive tonight I'll know, but I'm hoping that it's done and dusted. Guys, please like and subscribe if my hints and tips are any good to you, and I'll talk to you all in the next cartoon. Peter Kennedy, signing out. See you later, boys.